the face of overwhelming odds, I'm left with only one option. I'm gonna have to science the shit out of this.
Almost 9 years ago, the book The Martian by Weir was released. It caught a lot of people's attention, including my own, and it really got me thinking. What are the technologies required to survive on another planet? Now, I love The Martian. I love space, and as somebody who works on robotic systems for satellites for a living, I love stories about working in challenging and difficult environments. I tried to find videos and stories about this sort of thing, but I wasn't really ever able to find anything that satisfied me. So I decided instead that I would make my own videos and share them with everyone else. To this end, I'm creating my Martian Castaway project. The premise is pretty simple. I'm going to play the part of an astronaut stranded on a strange planet with no hope of rescue. So I'm trying to figure out things like how to survive, what tools and technologies do I need to develop, how can I use the resources I have, and how can I collect resources to create a self-sustaining habitat? Really, is it possible to not only survive, but to thrive? So, in order to make this interesting, I decided to set some rules about the environment and what I have. First, the environment. So, the planet I'm stranded around is Martian, but with a few differences to make Earth analogs a little simpler. First, it has a dense atmosphere equal to Earth's at 1 atm, but the gas ratio is closer to Mars's, so mostly CO2, a little nitrogen, a little water vapor, and some other trace gases. Second, the radiation is the same level as Earth's. Radiation can make space travel incredibly challenging, so that's something I don't really want to be covering in this project. Finally, the mineral makeup is similar to that found in Earth's deserts, for example, Death Valley, which is close enough to where I actually live for me to do some tests there. In addition to the environmental rules, I'm giving myself some starting materials and tools. So, starting with a shelter, which is really just a decently sized living space, approximately the size of, my apartment, maybe. A simple way to generate solar power, so I have a small solar panel and battery that I can use to power tools and experiments. Some basic tools, like electrical and mechanical tools, things like soldering irons, drills, screwdrivers, electronic testing tools, whatever. A 3D printer, something that can print out custom plastic parts as I design them. Some basic mechanical components, things like screws, aluminum channel, dowels, gears, etc. Though these may be limited and I might be forced to find materials for more. The last thing is my little bit of sci-fi rule stretching, which is a magical electronics printer. Something that can provide things like microcontrollers, sensors, motors, etc. I have a lot of plans for different things to build, but I'd like to make things in order of importance. So I'll be tackling things like orbital mechanics, CO2 sequestration, food farming, water collection, power generation, exploration, communication, and much more. First things first though, my story starts with my space vehicle, trapped in high orbit around a strange planet with no way to control it. I'll need to create an autopilot to land it using knowledge of orbital mechanics and controls. In the next video, I'll cover the basics of orbital mechanics and how we can use them to land a spacecraft. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you'd be interested in seeing. Thanks.